This is an excerpt of a recent Power Up webinar illustrating visual literacy. Hi, my name is Larry Jordan. In this short video tutorial, I'll explain the 6 priorities that determine where the eye looks first in an image, because we're guiding the viewer to get to the message we want them to understand. And I've developed the 6 priorities of where the eye looks first, and it's impossible to overstress the importance of this list. The first place the eye looks is movement. Second place we look is something that's in focus. If nothing is moving and nothing is in focus, or everything is in focus, we look for that which is different, or brighter, then bigger, or in front. It's a hierarchy. Whichever is first or highest on the list, that's where our eye goes first. Let me illustrate. Where did your eye go? Well, clearly it went to that horse moving in the front. Now this is a still image, but there's no question that horse is moving between the dust and the way their feet are placed and the mane is waving in the wind. But why is movement so important? For tens of thousands of years, we've been hunter-gatherers. If something in our peripheral vision starts to move, the very first thing we do is we look at it. And we say, can I eat it? Or is it going to eat me? It's a fight or flight response. Movement catches our eye, and we must investigate it to figure out whether it's something we need to worry about. This is hardwired into our brains. Even a small movement catches our attention. That's why video is so powerful. It is nothing but movement, moving actors, moving cameras, moving shots. Movement is the number one priority to catch the eye of the viewer. Why did you look at the woman first? She's not the biggest thing in a frame. She may not even be the brightest. But she's the only thing in the image that is in focus. Our eye instantly grabbed that which is in focus as the central core portion of that image. Wasn't even a question. Once we made sure that we saw her, then we'll wander around and see who she's smiling at, the environment, and what they're doing. But first, we see her. If nothing is moving, our eye goes to that which is in focus first. Why did you look at the color squares first? Because they're different. Everything else here is a curve or a pastel color, not the squares. Nothing else is black but the squares. Nothing else has sharp corners, really, but the squares. If everything is in focus, our eye goes to that which is different. Why did your eye go to the girl in the white t-shirt? Because she's brighter. Both women are in focus. They're both the same size. But the bright white of her t-shirt draws your eye. Then maybe it looks at the corner left side where the light streams in behind the curtains, or checks out the other woman, or looks at the background, but your eye goes first to the woman on the left. Why did you look at the woman first and not the meeting going on behind her? Well, you could argue that she's in focus, and that's true. You could argue that she's different, and that also is true. But I would suggest that the reason we looked at her first is because she's bigger. She's bigger than the other people. She's bigger than whatever's on the wall. Our eye goes to that which is bigger. If everything is still, if everything is in focus, if nothing is particularly different, if everything is the same size, our eye goes to that which is in front. All the men are looking in the same direction. They're all dressed roughly the same way. They're all wearing turbans and beards. All things being equal, our eye goes to that which is in front. Now we can combine these as we do here. There's multiple things going on. First, she's wearing brighter clothing than the people in the background. She's in focus. She's in front. She's in the center. The photographer made sure, guaranteed, that you're going to look at the lead singer here before you look at any of the backup group. Now, I'm not saying your eye can't look elsewhere, but the very first place you go is the woman bright, in focus, front and center. We see her first. Just as we can do this with photographs, we can also do it with graphics. Here, your eye went first to the photograph. It's in focus. It's big. It's different from the background. Your eye has to go to that photograph first. Then it drops down to the very bright title, Stream the Fish. Then it looks at that which is different, the text on the left-hand side that tells us what this is about and, more importantly, where we can go to watch the live fly fishing national champion. Our eye goes to that which is moving first, focus second, different third, brighter, bigger, and in front. And that's true of graphics, it's true of photographs, and it's true of video. These ideas went into my book, which is Techniques of Visual Persuasion. This basically summarizes Chapter 2. It's a book that talks about how to create powerful images that motivate change. If you're interested in learning more about the book, the bit.ly link, bit.ly Visual Persuasion, notice the underline, will tell you a whole lot more about it. This was an excerpt of a recent Power Up webinar illustrating visual literacy. For the complete version of this online training, please visit my store at larryjordan.com/store and look for Webinar 312.